Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Mujer de Éxito Unbounded. I am your host, MartiAngel. How are you everybody? I hope that you are having a beautiful day. Today here in sunny San Diego, it is amazingly warm. And so I have shorts on right now. But anyway, let me just get into it. Welcome everybody to another episode of Mujer de Éxito Unbounded. Mujer, woman of success without limits. And today we are talking about something that quietly determines whether your business become sustainable or exhausting. Hey everybody, if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, gracias por estar aquí. My name is MartiAngel. I'm your host of the Mujer de Éxito Unbounded. Please remember to subscribe and hit that bell so you always get a notification of when I go live, which is once a week on Wednesdays and maybe every so often other days. All right, everybody. And if you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite podcast shows, make sure to download the episode, listen to it, and then you can actually delete it once it's done. But in the world of podcasting, the downloads are the ones that drive the algorithm. So thank you for being here. Gracias por estar aquí. Let's get to it. So today, we are talking about something that quietly determines whether your business is sustainable, becomes sustainable, or is exhausting. Think about it now. Ask yourself, is my business sustaining me or draining me? That is a self-coaching question that is so important. Is my business sustaining me or draining me? And that, my friends, is power versus force. Mujeres hermosas chulas, as a Latina podcaster and a BIPOC and a BIPOC woman, I'm speaking to all of you Latinas and BIPOC mujerpreneurs. Many of us, right? Many of us were raised inside a narrative that says survival requires intensity. And that éxito, ese éxito, that success demands hustle. We were told that. You've got to hustle. That leadership means pushing harder than everyone else in the room. It means work more. It means prove more. It means outperform. It means don't listen to your body. You just keep going. Make it go, outperform, outlast. And yes, you force the body, you force the mind, you force the content, you force everything. And they tell you, yes, force can produce results. Yes, true. But it also produces a massive burnout. And the difference between a mujer who builds something lasting and a mujer who constantly feels drained often comes down to this one shift. Mujeres hermosas chulas, really listen to this. You've got to be learning how to move from force into poder, force into power. You see, I learned this a long time ago, before even entrepreneurship. When I was serving as a principal in the public school system here in California, I believed that leadership meant commanding presence, right? That's what I believed. Leadership meant commanding presence, being firm, being decisive, showing authority at all times, talking to people with a serious look on my face, never smiling, just using my body language to really stand tall. But really, truly, what transformed the schools that I was working at was not force. It was regulation. It was just finding the right system. And it was powerful when I found that. The moment I understood, el momento que yo entendí, the moment I understood that my nervous system set the tone for the entire building, everything changed. I noticed that if I was feeling edgy and I would actually see my teachers and my students reflecting that emotion back to me, which that became very curious to me. So then, I loved the social experiment. So then I began to change myself. And I noticed this. When I reacted from stress, teachers felt it. Students felt it. The environment tightened. But when I led from steadiness, peace, and a feeling of harmony and joy, and when I paused and breathed and responded intentionally, something powerful, algo muy poderoso pasó. Something powerful happened. Trust increased. Yep. Communication improved with my teachers, my students, and my community members, the parents, and everybody else. Performance followed. See, when my communication improved, the performance followed. And that, amigas, hermosas, chulas, here's what you need to know. That was not softness. That was estrategia. That was strategy. And this is where many mujerpreneurs miss the deeper leadership lesson. You see, what's important here is that you understand that force-based entrepreneurship looks like urgency marketing. That marketing that says, do it now because you're going to miss out on the sale, or do it now because it's going away soon. I still see that. And I'm going like, okay, that kind of feeling like force is not working anymore. It doesn't work in anywhere. En las redes sociales no trabaja. Cuando me forzan, cuando me dicen que compra esto ahorita porque se va a acabar, then that's lack mentality. You're putting me in a lack mentality. That's what urgency marketing is all about. It's actually marketing to your lack mentality. Whew, that's deep. Trust me, it looks like comparison. It looks like competing for attention. It looks like just competition all the way around instead of building alignment. And then you wonder why you're out of balance and feeling like, I just need some time off. Because force says this: if I slow down, I lose. And that, my friends, amigas chulas, is not true. Because if you lead with power, power says, if I regulate myself, because power is about you controlling you, not really controlling you, but bettering you, whatever it is, regulating you, regulating your emotions. If I regulate, I build stronger. Now, let me repeat that. Force says, if I slow down, I lose. Power says, if I regulate me, I build stronger. Yes, hermosas, chulas, thank you. If you're still with me, if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, gracias por estar aquí. I'm so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you, my watchers. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. If you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite shows, gracias. And remember to download the episode. And always check in the description below for some goodies and freebies. All right. So as a meditation instructor, and an EFT practitioner, all of which I am, I have seen how emotional regulation impacts leadership capacity in real time. You see, hermosas chulas, what's important for you to understand, when your system is calm, cuando sientes la calma en tu sistema, your thinking is clearer. So that's why we say, take a deep breath, exhale, and let it all out. Shake it out. When your energy is grounded, and trust me, in this year of the, of this new Chinese New Year, everybody's talking about the year of the horse, it's important for you to be grounded. And when you are grounded, your brand feels safe. You feel safe. If you are your brand, like I am my brand, I hope that you feel safe around me because people trust safe leaders, right? Now, we can all be, gaslighted into thinking that a leader is great just because he's a leader. But the truth is, not all leaders are servant leaders. And people trust servant leaders. In online business spaces, especially for minority founders, we're often subtly conditioned to compete with each other, to guard our audience, to protect our visibility, to never share out anybody's else's story because they're going to take the eyes off of me and onto that person. Do you remember that? That was like the first thing that you learned in social media. The social media competition is what's killing social media in my view. Because social media always said, do not share somebody else's story to your story. Why? Because it'll take the eyes off of your story and give more eyes to their story. So again, inherently, social media is based on force. But collaboration is where it's at. Collaboration is not weakness, hermosas chulas. Don't ever think that because you're doing something with somebody else, collaborating, that you can't do it by yourself. On the contrary, it just means that your power is augmented. It is what we call conscious servant leadership. You see, overlapping audience are not threats. They are expansion. So when a mujerpreneur and a BIPOC founder restack each other's, if you're on Substack, or refer each other, if you're on any other, any other avenue, or you interview each other and you share stages, that brings power to both of you, not just to the community, but to all of you, to both of you. And that's when we do something powerful. We begin to build ecosystems. Mujeres hermosas chulas, let me share with you the difference. You see, force isolates. Power connects. Force burns bright. Power builds a legacy. Right? Forzar algo es como aislarte. El poder te conecta. Forzar algo quiere decir que empujas hasta que no tienes ya para empujar. Power builds legacy. Now, let me say something important. Put my hands to my heart, take a deep breath. Leading from power, mujeres hermosas chulas, does not mean being passive. You see, I've been accused of being passive because I lead from power, not force. It means that when I lead, I am intentional, because leading from power means being intentional. It means making decisions from clarity instead of adrenaline. And I've done both, And let me tell you that the ones that were the decisions that I've made with adrenaline, they didn't last very long and they weren't very good. So anyway, yes. Okay. If you're still with me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, remember to subscribe and hit that bell, blah, 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 blah. And no, this isn't a podcast episode where we get raw and we get real. That's why you will never see me edit any of my ums or anything out, because that's how you know it's me and not AI, right? So, hermosas chulas and my Spanglish, woo, right? So, remember to subscribe and hit that bell. And if you're listening to me wherever you listen to your shows, your favorite ones, thank you for downloading this episode. All right. So what else does it mean? It means collaborating because you understand abundance. You see, abundance is everywhere. If you have an abundant mentality, you're not afraid to share or to highlight somebody else's work. But if you come from a lack mentality, you're going to say, well, if I highlight that person, I'm not going to get any kudos myself. Right? So you need to understand abundance, not because you feel obligated, right? So marketing from confidence instead of fear means collaborating because you understand abundance. Let me repeat that. Marketing from confidence instead of fear means that you are collaborating because you understand abundance, not because you feel obligated. You see, high consciousness leadership is not abstract spirituality. It is servant leadership at its best. It is practical business strategy. It shows up in how you negotiate. It shows up in how you handle conflict. It shows up in how you price your offers. It shows up on how you speak about your peers. If you're constantly, mujeres hermosas chulas, if you are constantly feeling the urgency in your business, pause and ask yourself, am I leading from force or am I leading from power? You see, because force asks us to push, push, push. And force in your head, if you've ever said to yourself, how do I win? You are in force. Power, on the other hand, asks, how do we rise? How do I empower? How do we rise together? Force demands attention. Power commands respect. And respect sustains growth far longer than any hype ever will. So for you, mujerpreneurs, who are building businesses right now, this shift is critical. You need to understand the difference between leading with power versus force. You see, you don't have to get louder energy. You don't have to scream. You need regulated energy. You don't need to dominate your niche. There's enough for all of us. Stop trying to dominate your niche, people. Mujeres hermosas chulas, you need to anchor your space. There is something deeply powerful about a woman, a mujerpreneur, who does not rush, who does not panic when others succeed. And I've been there. I have been feeling the panic when others succeed because I look at their success and I look at my not success and I think, oh my God, I'm too late. But if you're feeling that, I'm telling you that that is force. That's not power. Right? So who does not panic when others succeed? Right? There is something deeply powerful. I'm going to repeat it again about a woman who does not rush, who doesn't panic when others succeed, who does not compete out of insecurity. That mujerpreneur, that mujer, that BIPOC mujer builds movements. And that is what we are creating here. If you are a BIPOC or a mujerpreneur, Latina founder, you are an author or a creator building from grounded integrity and collaborative strength, I want to amplify you. Make sure to reach out, drop a comment in the description below. If you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite shows, drop a comment in my show notes. Find me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel. Pitch me. You see, this podcast is a space for powerful mujerpreneurs, seasoned mujerpreneurs who lead with consciousness, who lead with clarity, who lead with courage. Hermosas, yo tengo un podcast y quiero que ustedes no tengan miedo de mandarme un mensaje y decir, yo quiero estar en tu podcast. This podcast is a space for powerful mujeres who lead with consciousness, clarity, and courage. And if you're looking for tools to support your own leadership journey, I have created many. Now, some of you don't know that I was teaching in the business department in the college, so I have a lot of digital resources that can help you build from alignment instead of adrenaline, right? Are you building from alignment instead of adrenaline? Good question. Answer yourself. Explore if you're leading from alignment or from adrenaline. Anyway, if you are interested in tools that can help you, make sure you explore what I've created on my Stan store, right? And remember, mujeres hermosas, chulas, no necesitamos más fuerza en este mundo. No necesitamos más fuerza en ser emprendedoras. We don't need more force in entrepreneurship. We need more mujeres leading with power. Necesitamos más mujeres que son entrepreneurs leading with power. And that power, mujeres hermosas, chulas, remember, is steady. It is calm. It is collaborative. And it is yours. And always remember que juntas podemos más. So, hermosas mujeres chulas, if today's episode helped you in any way, I invite you to pass it forward. Share this episode with another mujerpreneur who could use encouragement, who could use clarity, or a gentle reminder that she's not walking her journey alone. When we lift one another, we all rise. Cuando nos elevamos juntas, todas elevamos. Be sure to subscribe and tap that bell so you never miss our once-a-week conversations. And if you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite shows, take a moment to download the episode and explore the links waiting for you in the show notes. As always, les dejo un fuerte abrazo. May you lead with heart, serve with purpose, and have the most magical day. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Namaste. This is your host of the Mujer de Éxito Unbounded show, MartiAngel, saying gracias por estar aquí. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Namaste. Yes.